Oh man, so Bitcoin crashed, and this has been quite devastating for Cardano particularly, but we're also going to look at VeChain and Luna because I've seen things in the charts which I want to share with you specifically. But first, what happened with Bitcoin? Well, we know that this new COVID strain, which might get the name NU variant, NU variant when it gets named by the World Health Organization, has caused a bit of a stir and has led Bitcoin to head further to the downside. Now, from a fundamental perspective, this has me a little bit confused. I know the market was a bit thin on volume. We know it's Thanksgiving. We know there's a bit of FUD and the market's panicked. Stocks were down, stock futures were down. There's a bunch of fear, and maybe that led to a bit of a sell-off on Bitcoin. But if you think about it from a fundamental perspective, surely the re-emergence of COVID or fear of a variant should remind us of what happened when there was COVID, which was money printing. And what does money printing mean? The government will print money to resolve the issues and to make sure everybody's fed and watered, in which case that leads to inflation, and that should be good for cryptos, right? So that got me a bit confused and wondering how long will this dip last? But first, let's take a very quick look at Bitcoin, because when I was saying there's further downside risk over the last few days, as Crypto would say, they were spitting in my face, they were laughing at me, and that's exactly what was happening, right? But you guys know I will bring you the truth. What I see in the charts is what I will tell you, and I won't get caught up in euphoria. That's what I would do, and that's my commitment to you guys. So if we switch over to the 4-hourly chart here on Bitcoin, you will remember very clearly in the last few days, I said, look, we've got to reverse, we won't break this trend to the downside. I hold my risk down at 52, 53, 54 until we lose this yellow line, until we reverse out and head to the upside. We got the breakout and we covered this on the channel and it looked really good for a second. But what I said specifically, and go watch the video guys if you're unsure of if I said that, I said we are not out of the woods until we break this previous high here at 60,000. I even pointed to this green line and said we have to close above it and then get out of this green box as quickly as possible at 61,600. Now, unfortunately, that wasn't the case. You can see exactly at the green line, which we've had drawn for ages, guys. Go and check the videos. Bitcoin crashed and fell to the downside. Yes, based on fundamentals, we know what the news was that caused this, but even from the technicals, you can see how beautifully it got rejected from this level and sent back down. We've created a new lower low, okay, which gets us worried because we're still on this downward trend. You can't deny that. That's a downward trend with a fake out here back to the channel to the downside. In fact, we can extend this yellow line further down here, and you can see our downtrend is continuing. Now, as I said, the risk continues until we hit this wider white support line, which I'm holding here at around the 52 to 53 level, although by the time we get here, it will be facing this horizontal support as well, which is what we're hitting now at 54,000. Okay, so if I zoom in a little bit here, you will see here this horizontal support right where we're facing this very pale yellow line I've got drawn here, 54,444. We're fighting around that level right now. So are we going to get a bounce? We need to create a higher high above these two highs, above the 59,550, ideally close above 60,000, and then we can start getting out of the trouble of Bitcoin. Now, this has been devastating for Cardano. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm seeing in the Cardano charts. But first, guys, if you want to support this channel, I'm sponsoring myself. So if you want to support this channel, then click the join button and pick one of those options to help out the channel. That really help us support this channel. But more importantly, you'll get access to our community thread where you can ask me questions on your favorite coins and crypto. So if you see that we're not covering the coins that you want covering, you can reach out there. I can look at your portfolio. I can look at your favorite coins and share some non-financial advice. So do hit me up over there. Now, what is happening with Cardano? Because we are absolutely bleeding. Let's head over to the daily chart. And you can see it's no bueno for Cardano. We are sitting now, look at that, sitting at $1.55 on Cardano. Keep in mind, we were hitting highs here at $3.16 on Cardano, and now we wicked below to $1.44. For me, absolute bargain. And this is where it's going to test your conviction, some of your favorite coins. If you have true conviction, you're seeing a 50% sell, you're going to dive straight in. You are getting Cardano at pricing dating back to 8th of August before it went on this run up. People were FOMOing in all the way here, and now those same people won't be buying here because their friends aren't buying. It's not green. They've got green candle disease, so they're not going to buy it, right? Makes no sense whatsoever. If your conviction was there when you're buying Cardano at 316 and there were humans who were clicking buy on Coinbase and these apps at 316 to buy Cardano, why are you not buying now? How does that make sense? Did anything change? If anything, you've had Alonzo Smartphone, you've seen more progress. Doesn't make sense, guys. So if you have high conviction, you truly have high conviction, consider buying the dip. I know I am on Cardano, and that's not financial advice, but that's what I'm doing because I know I've got conviction in it, and I know the amount of my portfolio that I want Cardano to take up. It's not going to take up any more. It's not going to take up any less. I know what I want to do. I know if it goes to, to zero, I'm comfortable, and if it does great, it acts as a good hedge against my portfolio, I'm happy with it. Let's also take a look at VeChain, because I've got to bring you an update on VeChain as well. I know you guys are voting in the Discord, which by the way will be the pinned comment below. Head over to our free public Discord channel, guys. You can vote on which coins you want covering here in VeChain. That's how it's made it to this video, because a lot of you guys are asking for VeChain coverage. So as we can see with VeChain, we had this massive wedge pattern which has been accumulating for a very long time, and our longer term price target on this was sitting at 33 cents. We broke out very nicely. We started to head to our target, and then obviously Bitcoin wanted to do its crash about a week ago, and then it's won today here. So it's kind of messed up its momentum, headed to the downside, but we're still okay for VeChain just now. Until we lose the apex of this triangle, then we have more risk to the downside. If I bring out our EMA ribbon, let that load up, you will be able to see that we have indeed flipped bearish on the daily, but we're not massively extended, okay? So we just need to build some strong days on VeChain. As Bitcoin naturally does better, this will continue to do better, and then we can head higher to the upside on VeChain. So still a nice chart pattern. Still, ironically, if we create a higher low here, then if we can somehow bounce at this point, you would have created higher lows, and you can continue this uptrend, which we're on here. If that can continue, then that is perfect for VeChain. So VeChain looking pretty good. Let's also take a look at Luna, which has given up its gains from yesterday. We know we covered this yesterday, where Luna was doing particularly well. It was getting a really solid bounce on this green candle here on its 0.786 Fibonacci level, and it was suggesting to us that we can try flip bullish again on our EMA ribbon, but the candle from Bitcoin crash, Luna is now down 4.5% at the time of today, but you can see it was much worse earlier on. We did wick down to 37.89, and now we're sitting at 41.56. So it's managed to pick up the dip a bit quicker. And again, very important, guys, I've always said this, when Bitcoin crashes from a macro level because of FUD such as COVID or anything else, even if it's warranted or unwarranted, the altcoins which are strongest will bounce back quickest. So always keep an eye on that. It's a very cheeky trick. Keep an eye on that and see what is going on in the market. Now, if you check out the fear and greed index, you will see that it's sitting at 47. So there still is a bit of greed in the market. Keep in mind the maximum fear we saw earlier in the summer periods, we were seeing readings of 10, 12, 14 on the fear and greed index. We've not been close to that. We're at 28, but now we're back at 47. So it shows the market still is waiting for a Bitcoin move and an altcoin move. They're thinking it's all season as well, and therefore money is still flowing in. If I show you very quickly before we go the Bitcoin dominance, you'll be able to see that Bitcoin dominance is also looking very interesting. Let's move me out the way here. And you can see exactly what we're forming here. Excuse my scribbles. You know I like to have a bit of a scribble on the old iPad. You can see that Bitcoin dominance is still heading to the downside. So the next level here for Bitcoin dominance, as I said, forming a bit of M pattern. If we form this M pattern and break this neckline here at 39.64, which is kind of where we're heading towards now, this could signal a massive start to an alt season as altcoins continue to gain strength against Bitcoin, which is very interesting. So we'll keep an eye on that. We'll monitor that here on this channel. And if you appreciate that, guys, then as always, smash up the like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.